Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jasira, and in today's video I'm going to be speaking about you're too skinny or you're too fat. And guys, I've tried to film this like 4 times now. Yeah, like 4 times. And it's like everything is telling me not to do it. The reason why I say that is because I've been hearing that my whole life. And right now you're probably like, hold up, you're not skinny. You're obviously too fat. Okay, guys, maybe you're right. Maybe I am too fat for my height or my body type or whatever you want to call it. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I've been dealing with this since I was a little girl. I can remember since I was about 8, probably even earlier, but 8 is my earliest memory when I remember my mom telling me, or my family in general telling me, oh, you're way too chunky or fat or whatever the hell they want to call it for your age. And I would be like, okay, just leave me alone, I don't want to keep talking about it. And they insisted in talking about it, and I hated talking about it because I felt like I was being called out because I have always been the chunkiest one from my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, everybody's more chunkier. The older people are more chunkier, but my cousins are a lot skinnier than I am. And it would be really annoying because I'm like, I don't want to talk about this at all. It's something that makes me feel uncomfortable. And at one point, my doctor did tell me, oh, you're way too chunky for your age. And I did get on a strict diet where I was like, oh, I'm going to eat salad, fish, no carbs, just chicken, grilled chicken, nothing fried, nothing, like, no junk food at all. And I would go to the stores and I would check every label and I would be like, oh, this is too fatty, I'm not going to eat it. And I did that for a while, and I did lose some weight and I felt healthy and I felt good about myself. But eventually, like, as I started to grow older and puberty hit, and I would be like, am I doing this for myself, or am I doing this because my whole family keeps telling me that I'm too chunky? Even though after I went to the doctors and the doctor said, oh, you did a great job, you lost some weight, you look better, you look healthier, you are healthier, everybody in my family still kept calling me chunky. Or people that I knew, or even in school, I used to get bullied by this one kid in school where he would always make fun of me, and I would try to like brush it off until now, where I've noticed that that has been a really big part of my life and it has bothered me my whole life, but I try to like brush it off. I would be bullied by him like crazy, like to the point where he would like throw snowballs at me, and I would be like, are you serious? So are you mad because I'm bigger than you, or are you mad because you're just not used to seeing chunky girls? Like, I just didn't get it. So my whole life I was dealing with that. And as I started to get older in my teenage years, like about 13, like, you know, that's when you start to like boys. And I was never really into it because I felt like I'm too fat, or I'm just not like the other girls to be having boys talk to me, or whatever the case might be. But I never felt like I was good enough to talk to anybody because my whole life I was hearing that I was fat, or that I was too big for my age, or whatever the case might be. And when a guy would speak to me, or like because I always had friends, but it was always a group of people. Like, I would never be the popular girl or whatever in school. But when I was never like, it was just that one kid that would bully me. But when people would talk to me, like, they'd be like, oh my god, Jasira, you're really cool, and I don't know why you're always like try to be a loner, like, you're the coolest person I ever met. And I would be like, oh no, it's just that like I don't really like talking to people. And the reason why was because I didn't want to hear, oh, Jasira, you're too big, you need to lose some weight, because I was too fat at that point. And every time a guy would speak to me, I'm like, my question would always be, why are you speaking to me? I am way too fat, or I'm not the typical body weight that a guy would look at. And they would be like, what are you talking about? They would be like, why are you so insecure with yourself? And at one point I started asking myself, like, why am I so insecure with myself? Why am I letting people affect me? And what does other people's opinion have to do with anything? If people will still like me for who I am, and my personality is obviously the main thing, and I eventually actually got healthy, and my doctor was like, you're fine, you are a little overweight, but it's nothing that you can't fix. So like, I'm like, why am I letting it affect me so bad? So as the years went by, I went to high school, and in high school, everybody was like, oh, you're thick, and I'm like, no, I'm fat. And they're like, no, you're thick, you look good, you don't have to lose weight. And it was like a whole different thing to me. I'm like, what? I'm not too fat anymore. Now I'm just thick, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, I don't see it like that. I just see myself as fat because it's something I heard my whole life. So eventually, at one point, I got up one day and I was like, I need to lose weight. And at the moment, I didn't know why I thought I was doing it for myself. But now looking back, I felt like I did it more for everybody else and because I didn't feel good about myself because of what other people were saying. And I believe it was my sophomore year. No, it was my junior year going into senior year where I was like, I am going to lose this weight. And I literally lost about 50 to 60 pounds in about 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And I didn't see it as a problem at that point because literally what I would do is I would wake up, go to school, go to work, get home, change into my gym clothes, and go jogging. Not even my gym clothes because I would never go to the gym. I always jog outside because that's what I like. And I would get up and go run. Like literally run. Like run and run and run until I just couldn't do it anymore. And I would come home, drink some water, take a shower, and go to sleep. That was my routine every day. I never had a day off. Because at one point I was working 2 jobs and going to school and dealing with my senior year at one point where my junior year going into senior year where I was just focused on college and all that crap. So I was like, oh, this is my groove. I have a routine going, whatever. So I started doing that like the end of June, going into July. Since I had school, I didn't have school anymore, but I was still working. But I wasn't working as much as I was before. I was like, oh, this is the time where I'm going all out. And I had days where I would work out in the morning and at nighttime, and I would just go crazy. And I wouldn't eat. I was not eating a good, healthy diet. And I lost so much weight so fast that I had to start going to the doctors. And the doctors were like, oh, it was funny actually. When I first went to the doctors, he was like, oh my God, how did you lose all that weight? I just saw you a couple of months ago. And I was like, I jogged. He was like, but how? And I'm like, I jogged every day, nonstop, even twice a day. And he was like, oh my God, I'm proud of you, but I could see it in your face. You look lack of vitamins, lack of proteins, lack of everything. And at that point, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just feel tired. I just want whatever the hell you're going to give me so I could feel better and just go on with my days and keep getting skinny. And my senior year came. September came and I got to school and everybody's like, oh my God, Jasira, you got so skinny. What the hell happened? How did you lose all that weight? And I'm like, oh, I just jogged, worked out, whatever. And at that point, I still didn't feel good about myself, even though I'm going to show you a picture and I'm probably going to put it right next to this. But at that point, or I'll probably put it at the end of the video. I'm not sure, but at that point, I still felt fat because that's what I heard my whole life. And I lost so much weight, and people started saying, oh, you're too skinny now. And I was like, what do you mean I'm too skinny? I was too fat and now I'm too skinny? I don't understand what you're talking about. And they were like, you're way too skinny. I could see your collarbones and your arms are so skinny, and I don't understand. Like, how did you lose so much weight? I'm like, I'm telling you what I did. And they were like, no, you had to be doing something. People would ask me, oh, are you throwing up? And I'm like, what? So because I lost the weight, I actually lost the weight. Okay, maybe it was too fast, too much too fast, but I lost the weight, and now you're telling me I'm too skinny. First I was too fat, now I'm too skinny, and I don't understand what the hell is the problem. And my whole senior year, I was too skinny. My whole life I was too fat, now I'm way too skinny, and I was like, whatever, man. Everybody's gonna judge me no matter what. So eventually, I went to my prom. I'm probably gonna show you my prom pictures because that's where you could really see how skinny I am. But I went to my prom. I had a good time. That summer was amazing. Then my freshman year in college came, and I started to notice I started to gain weight, but I was more stressed out, more depressed. I just hated myself at that point. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm either way too skinny or way too fat, and it is driving me nuts. It's driving me crazy, and everybody is just, I don't know where their heads are. So I started to gain weight and gain weight and gain weight, and I eventually gained all the weight that I lost. And right now I'm actually at the I want to lose weight again, but I had surgery and I can't run. I shouldn't be sitting right now, but I feel like YouTube, these videos make me feel better, you know, because I love you guys. But I literally, like, right now I can't jog or anything, but if you guys knew me, I am the type of person that if I am going to do something, I am going to do it. And at this point in my life, I am not going to do it because someone told me I'm too skinny or I'm too fat. I'm going to do it for myself because I came to realize that you can't satisfy anybody in life but yourself. And if you don't feel good about yourself, then you're just going to go for what everybody else says. And that should not be the case. You should love yourself no matter what. And yes, I am way too big and I don't feel comfortable sometimes, but I love myself at this point. And I do have days where I'm a girl, hello. I do have days where I'm like, I hate myself. I don't look good in this. And I just don't want to hear anybody else tell me that I look good or that I'm okay, that you don't have to worry about it. But I'm at a point where I don't give a fuck about anybody's opinion at all. I'm going to lose the weight whenever the hell I can, especially now because all I'm worried about is my health and how I love myself. And the whole point of the story is that I feel like everybody should love themselves no matter what. And I know it is hard. I know it is hard to do, but what can we do? We cannot go for what other people say because then you're going to make people run. You're not going to make, but you're going to have people running your life. You're not even going to notice it. And then when you look back at it, you're going to be like, what did I do with myself? I did not enjoy myself. I didn't love myself. And what am I supposed to do now? Especially when there's nobody around at this point. Because when you get older, you don't have nobody. High school is crap. Everybody forgets about you. Let me tell you. Now you're all on your own. You don't know what to do. And you're not going to know if you love yourself or you hate yourself because you've been too busy thinking about what everybody else has to say. And at this point, I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I'm going to lose weight whenever I can. And I'm going to feel good about myself as much as I can because I can't do nothing about it at all right now. And I just want to tell you guys that everybody goes through that situation. Nobody is alone in this. Trust me. Yes, I was always too fat. Then I was too skinny. And I bet you skinny girls go through the same thing where they're way too skinny. And then they gain a little bit of weight, maybe 10 pounds, and they're already way too fat. So just love yourself. Love yourself like nobody else can. Like no boy will. Like nobody else will ever love you. And trust me, you would be happy with yourself and everything you've ever done in your all your accomplishments, and you wouldn't care about anybody else's opinion. And it does come with time and a lot of finding yourself because I didn't know myself, and I'm at a point in life where I do know myself way more than I ever did. So this video is just to make sure that you guys know that you are beautiful no matter how big, how skinny, or how tiny, how short, how tall you are. There's always someone out there for your body type, for your height, for your whatever it might be, your personality. There's someone as crazy as you. There's someone as, I don't want to say boring, but I am kind of boring. And I found my special someone that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't love myself as much as I love myself right now. And I do want to give a big thank you to him because he has changed my world for the better, and he is my life right now. I hope that we spend the rest of our lives together, and I couldn't feel any more better than how I feel right now if it wasn't for him. And you guys will find someone that would make you feel like that, or you will find yourself, however it might be. Just find something that you love and something that just takes your mind away from this whole craziness thing that's going on in the world. But yeah, I love you guys. Stay beautiful, stay positive. Don't ever let anybody influence your thoughts or how you feel about yourself because they don't fucking matter. Period, point blank. They really don't fucking matter. So, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it didn't bore you. What? You didn't get bored. It didn't bore you. I hope it didn't bore you, and it's just something that I really wanted to speak about because I feel like everybody deals with it, but nobody really wants to speak about it because they're more ashamed than they are happy that they feel the way they feel now. So I love you guys. Give it a thumbs up if you like this, subscribe, and I will be doing more videos like this if you guys really like it because I feel like Might not be serious issues, but there will be more girl talks. Trust me, there really will be. I love you guys. Bye.